Hi there, everybody. It's Amanda Brinkman Brockman. I'm talking to you on Thursdays at noon, and today we're going to talk about happy hormones. I'm Amanda Brinkman Brockman from amandabrinkmanbrockman.com. I'm a Faster Way to Fat Loss client with you, and maybe even your Faster Way to Fat Loss coach. And that's why I'm here to talk to you about happy hormones, because I'm 45 and I know how it feels to have very unhappy hormones. And I also know how it feels to have hormones that are so happy that your life changes. And I want that for you. That's why I became a Fast Way to Fat Loss coach. So I was 43 and feeling really desperate to feel better, and I had no idea what was wrong. So after months of searching for help, after talking to my doctor and my gynecologist, I finally stumbled upon the Fast Way to Fat Loss and thought to myself, well, at least maybe if I lose some weight, I'll feel better. Maybe I'll get some of my energy back that's just gone and I don't know why. I'm gaining weight, don't know why, because I'm working out like crazy, eating best I know how. It must be something to do with being over 40. Something's going on. My doctors and gynecologists both said, it's just your hormones in your 40s. There is nothing we can do for you. If you want to try and take this estrogen birth control, you can. It might alleviate some of your symptoms you're telling us you have about having really bad moods. So I did try that, and I gained about 10 pounds in like 2 weeks and became absolutely miserably depressed. So I had done all I could on my own, and I joined the Fast Way to Fat Loss thinking I'll lose weight. 2 weeks in, I had started losing weight, started being able to sleep, started getting my energy back. My bad moods were disappearing, and I had so much hope that I was so excited and just fell in love with the program and haven't looked back. And here's what really happened. I balanced my hormones with what I was eating and how I was eating. And that's why I wanted to talk first thing on this Thursday together about your hormones being happy. That's why I'm currently sharing my guide to how you can get your hormones happy. Because when I started doing this and was trying to figure it all out, there was just no resources. There's just no information other than someone saying there's no hope for you, which isn't true. The science behind this is that every time we eat, our hormones come into play. So hormones aren't just about being like a teenager in love, or when you're a mom of a new baby and your hormones are changing and you have tons of emotional fluctuation. Hormones actually are everything, every day, all the time, every cell of our body. And our master hormone, some folks call it insulin, kicks in every time we eat or drink something other than like coffee or black water or herbal tea. And so every time we nourish ourselves, which for some of us is from 6 in the morning until midnight, our hormones are at work, because first thing that happens, insulin, our master hormone, just creates this cascade of activity in our body to get that nutrition that you're consuming delivered to your cells and properly processed. So we can't escape our hormones because they are tied to our eating. So if we want to get happy hormones, we got to get our eating going strong. And the way we do that in the Faster Way to Fat Loss is brilliant for women our age. Like I said, I'm 45, and I would say by the time you are 35 is when I wish I would have found the faster way, because that's when hormone changes really start to happen in our bodies just naturally. Also, we start to lose muscle mass just naturally at age 35. So that's who I'm talking to. If you're here listening, you're 35 and over like me, this is what you need. You've got to understand how insulin works for you and against you in your body right now. And the way you're eating is driving that. The way you're eating and what you're eating, the way you're exercising and what exercise you're doing are the foundation of how you feel right now. And I know we all kind of know that intuitively, but I am not saying, which you might be imagining I'm saying, I know I was, that you're going to need to go on a diet and hardly eat anything. The opposite is true. I'm not saying you need to go exercise more. The opposite is true. And that's what I'm going to share with you, those 2 big points. And then we'll talk again more next Thursday. And you can hop in the comments and get my guide to actually 8 different points that you can work on at home, on your own, with the support of my emails to get your hormones happy. The first biggest piece is just to figure out that whole food nutrition is what's best for your hormones now. And let go of leaning on processed foods to make you feel better, because they're not really working. That's the first thing we work on the Faster Way to Fat Loss. It's the base, the foundation of your wellness, is to let yourself eat whole foods, food that grew out of the earth or had a mother. So a potato instead of potato chips is the best example I always like to give. That is going to make your insulin so much happier that you're going to immediately notice changes. Within 2 weeks, you will be amazed. Now, as a client with me, and if you get my guide and get my support emails, you can go a little further with this and even learn how much of that whole food nutrition is really going to dial things in for you, because that's a piece of the puzzle. Whole food nutrition can be balanced out by a really cool eating strategy. So it's not just what you're eating, but how you're eating, and I call that intermittent fasting. You've probably heard of it. All it is an eating schedule that works because it plays on how your insulin hormones work. When we give our body a fasting time that's a little bit longer than usual, like if you're usually eating till like 10 at night, you're not getting much of a fasting time. A little bit while you sleep until you have breakfast. But when we make that a little bit longer, your insulin gets more time off. And we're all happier when we have more time off, right? That's all there is to intermittent fasting. That is why it works. Your insulin gets that time off and your hormones send up a cheer and they come into balance and you feel so much better. And you don't feel hungry because you're eating enough whole food nutrition with my support, and your insulin is so happy, your hormones are so happy, you don't have cravings, you don't have mood swings, you don't have low energy, you don't have all those prompts that are making it hard for you to not overeat right now. It's so amazing and powerful, and all because of how our insulins and our hormones work. So intermittent fasting, balance with eating enough whole food nutrition, that's my number one advice to women out there my age. You can absolutely try it on your own. Like I said, grab my guide, read my support emails that come with it, and see how it goes for you. You can always also join me in the Faster Way to Fat Loss, which is my first recommendation. At our age, with the complexities of hormone health and the lack of true support from doctors and those people we usually would rely on for our health support, makes it so that it makes a lot of sense and gets you a lot of results, a lot of bang for your buck to come into a program like the Faster Way to Fat Loss, and there's pretty much nothing else like this program yet, where we focus on balancing your hormones, getting you happy hormones by using intermittent fasting balanced with whole food nutrition. It's just a recipe for success, for your wellness, for your fat burning, for you getting your energy back. All of those pieces that are out of whack right now because your hormones are so unhappy, they're so unbalanced that nothing else can be working right. Now, I mentioned the exercise piece, so let me give you a quick overview of that as well and how your hormones are connected to your exercise. Because you already heard me say, I want you to stop under eating. That is hurting your hormones. I want you to eat enough whole food nutrition and balance it with intermittent fasting so you feel satisfied and full and your hormones work great because your insulin's getting a great break. I also want you to exercise less. Less cardio, ladies. No more hour-and-a-half classes at the gym and thinking that's the best idea. No more hour-and-a-half running on the treadmill. No more high-intensity interval training Tabata for more than like 30 minutes at a time, max 60 minutes a week. Stop. You are hurting your hormones. You are doing damage that's going to be hard to reverse. I serve so many women now who have gained so much belly fat, have this kind of bloated feeling and look to their body. They can't sleep, can't lose weight anymore, gaining weight because they're over-exercising. And it's mind-blowing. I don't know how I never put it together because I was one of those women. I was at the gym 8-9 hours a week minimum and gaining weight and exhausted and grouchy and moody. Nothing was seeming to work. And it was because, in large part, my hormones were so unhappy because I was over-exercising, overdoing cardio. And I know it's hard to stop because you're convinced that's the answer, even though it's not working. I need you to, though. I implore you. Let me speak for all my clients who say to me, Amanda, I'm so glad that you taught me this because I was killing myself and it's been, a road to get back from this. They tell me, share this with everyone that you can, and that I do. It's my clients who are in their 50s and have adrenal fatigue. It is a long road back. You do not want to get to that point. So stop now with the over-exercising. And here's the formula. And again, if you get my guide, you will see more specific supports. But here's the short and dirty. Exercise like high intensity interval training, like your high impact cardio classes, most studio classes. Limit that to at the most 60 minutes a week. So maybe one 30-minute class Monday and one on Wednesday or something. And the Faster Way, we do Monday, Tuesday, back to back with that type of high intensity cardio. We warm up, we do the workout, and we cool down within about 35 minutes max. So we are following current research recommendations for high intensity type of cardio to keep it 60 minutes a week or less. Because after that, research shows us that you start to have negative results. You get injuries, you hurt your hormone, your thyroid, you start to hold on to fat because your body thinks there's an emergency. Your body's like, why are you running around like crazy? Must be something wrong. Why would I let any of this fat melt away? I'm saving it because clearly there's a problem. We're sending our body the wrong message. You're sending your body so much stress hormone, cortisol. So much cortisol is released from that high intensity interval training. It's not sustainable for your body for wellness. So stop that, and here's what I suggest you add on, because you're gonna have a lot more time on your hands. Strength training. Strength training with like heaviness. So you can start with your body weight, and then I want you to challenge yourself to ramp it up to be lifting some big weights. You can do it at home. I do it at home now. Haven't been to the gym in months, like maybe you haven't either, because of trying to keep all of ourselves safe in the pandemic. You can use heavy weights at home. You can learn to use strength training. I want you to shoot for 3 days a week and be mindful and planful so that you're working all parts of the body systematically. And then I need you to schedule in 2 days of rest and recovery. Rest would just be rest. Recovery would be a workout like a walk, a hike, a swim that's very gentle. You could keep up a conversational pace during that time. And I say do it for about an hour because we have research that shows that gives your body enough time to circulate enough blood through the muscles to flush out toxins that cause soreness. So you're gonna do 3 days of strength training, and you're gonna work to make it be heavy for you. It should be hard. It should get your heart pumping and get some sweat going. You're gonna keep your cardio to 2 days a week. And you are going to have 2 days of rest and recovery. And that is the formula for happy hormones. Switching your exercise up like that is going to open up a whole new world for you. You are going to feel so much more energy. You're going to see that belly fat finally start to melt away. I promise you, especially if you build in what we call a leg day here in the Faster Way, you are going to feel your mood balance out, and it is the best feeling in the world. The frustration and anxiety you've had become your new normal are going to melt away within like 2 weeks. I promise you, because it's not just happening to me. It happens to all the women I know from the Faster Way, all the clients I work with. It's just our hormones. It's not us. It's just science. And we can fix it with this kind of eating and this kind of exercise. So, as always, if you want specific daily support, a plan, a program to just follow, a fantastic app I put in your hands with brand new workouts every single day, all year long, all the strength training perfectly planned from the beginning of the month to the end, that is in sync with the stretching we do in yoga, all the things, all the just Disneyland of all of this. The Faster Way to Fat Loss is where it's at, so you can always join me. Now, I will not start working with a new group of clients until the first Monday in August 3rd. So you might have to wait a little bit. You can still grab that guide that I've referred to about getting your hormones happy, start there, and then you can work with me in the Faster Way and see everything change for you. All right, I know it's a lot, but I want you to just start wrapping your brain around it, and that's why I'll be back next Thursday at noon to talk more about how your wellness can come from your happy hormones, especially at our age. You can do this. Don't let anyone tell you any different. All right, check in with you next Thursday.